Hillbounding is very important for Nordic skiing. In Czech Republic, where I grew up, we call it ski imitation. And we call it that way because that's really what it is. Hillbounding comes very useful in fall when the weather starts being really bad and roll skiing is perhaps not the safest thing to do at that time of year. When it's raining and you're really worried you would get on slippery surface and it's dark and maybe you would even get too cold on roller skis, hillbounding can step in and take over your workouts. We can hillbound in level 1, 2, 3, 4, level 5, any level, any speed, really any effort. Hillbounding can be used to get into your interval workout, just like it can be used to do your distance stuff. Well, let's look into it. You can see that my treadmill is lifted up. This is actually the highest the commercial treadmills go. It's 15%, 15 degrees. And I'm going in half a mile per hour right now. You can see I'm barely moving. But for our purposes, this speed to start with will be enough. Okay, let's look into it. So hillbounding is really great because it gives you the position you want to maintain while you ski. You want to have that one leg stand and transfer your weight from having your hips over your feet. So this exercise, what I'm doing right now, I would call it one-legged stand with pause. So I access my leg, I get onto it, I get my hip over it, and then I'm waiting, almost sliding off. Don't forget about your safety. I have it attached here to my waist. I'm almost sliding off, and then I transfer the weight really quick. Hop, hop. Do you see that? So the difference between hillbounding and walking or jumping is what you kick from. You can see that I keep my whole foot on the ground while I'm kicking, so I can push into the heel. And I first compress my leg and then push off of it. Just like you would jump, but I don't use my toes. I use my whole body, and that's why I'm kicking from the heel. If I do it wrong, it's gonna look something like this. And you see, right now it looks much easier. It's basically walking if I'm using my toes. But if I'm gonna do this on my skis in winter, I'm not gonna be able to press the camber down and touch the grip wax on the snow. So not this way, but this way. Doing this workout on a treadmill has one big plus, because you're standing on the leg and you're gliding backwards in this case, which is still gliding, and it's definitely harder than just standing. So if you're doing this exercise outside, just on the hill, challenge yourself and wait for the hips to fall forward, and then you have to put that leg there. Oh, lost a little balance, and that's okay, as long as you fight for it. Okay, so this would be the exercise to start with. Nice, slow jump, wait for it, push the hips forward, and then you transfer right before you would fall on your face. If you still feel not very balanced, you can use one hand to support yourself and just swing the other one. All right, so that would be a progression you would use right when you start with hillbounding. And also kind of like a warm-up. I'm gonna go from half a mile per hour up to 1 mile per hour. Let's go to 1.2. In this speed, I can work on what I call Nordic walking or hillbounding walk or hill walk. A lot of times, Nordic walking would be, just kind of classic walking with poles. Here we're gonna do it more like cross-country walking. So we're not getting that air yet. It's not really the jump forward, but we're thrusting our hips, again, kicking from the heel and getting that preload. Preload jump. preload, jump. So it's kind of like a little jump, but you're still very much on the ground. You're not getting that much air. The important part here are hips. If your hips are behind you, you're gonna look like this. There's no preload, and your hamstrings are gonna pull really hard, and you're gonna look really funny. So here we're getting a good workout, and it's helping us to get ready for the winter to get that connection between the walks, the grip walks, and the snow. So this would be a good hill walk, and you can do this for 30, 45 minutes, get your endurance done, and actually your heart rate will go pretty high up. I'm already breathing somewhat hard, and I'm just going 1.2 miles per hour. All right, and then we're gonna go up to 2 miles per hour to see the bound. So in the bound, hop, hop, just the same, work with your hips. Slide that leg just slightly above the ground, just like you have the ski. Don't forget, don't kick from your toes, kick from your heel. Hop, 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 lead your hips forward. So your hips are really thrusting forward, one by one. Again, if you don't feel the balance, put an arm down for a little safety. And this is really getting some workout. If you go into higher speeds here, you can do your interval work in this way. All right. So if you're doing this outside, I definitely recommend doing these drills without pause first, and then with pause, so you can adjust to the rhythm of the legs. A lot of times people have a hard time when they add the pause too far forward. We don't get the gliding in this imitation, in this hill bounding, so we have to shorten the pole work. So we still use the pole nice and straight, but we use the grip, use our wrist to put it a little farther back behind us rather than straight down. So then we can push off the pole just like we're pushing off the heel of the leg. Okay? All right, so don't forget, if the bad weather comes to your town, don't be sad. Take your pause, go out on a hill. If you don't have hills, if you're not feeling like going into the rain, go and jump on a treadmill and do your workout. Email us if you have any questions, cxacademy.com, and we're looking forward to hear from you. Have a good week.